So, good evening, good evening. If you're already watching this right now, as soon as you finish watching this, get straight onto the gaming channel. Link in the description. I'm playing against subscribers, so come check that out. Get joined in, subscribe to that channel, subscribe to this channel. And thank you very much to over 35,000 subscribers. Really, really appreciate that. It's been a mad journey, including being stuck in the UK right now. So listen, even cut my own hair in the process. Listen, it's been a bit of a madness, but yeah, we're going to speak about free players actually, not just the one. We're going to speak about free players. Kind of went over this one the other day, but I thought it was pretty relevant, so I'm going to go over him again, and that is Pablo Mari. Now, Pablo Mari is said to want to stay at the football club. We know that he's on loan. It was a £3.5 million loan fee, and he wants to stay at the football club, which is fantastic, cool, great. I get all of that. I feel that if this season gets completed, then we need to assess it at the end of that. If it doesn't get completed, I think that it's a bit of a risk to go and do 10 million quid on him, plus the initial 3.5 million. So that's 13.5 million to go and spend on somebody that we don't know a great deal about. I'm hoping the club know a great deal about him. I mean, obviously they've got their scouting network set up, and I'm hoping that they know a lot more about him than we do as fans, because we've only seen him play a couple of games. And I mean, like I said before, in them couple of games, he hasn't exactly set it on fire, has he? In fact, at times he's looked a little bit out of his depth, but I don't know. Listen, we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. If you haven't checked out my videos from earlier, please go and check them out. One of them was in relation to when the Premier League may be back. So go and check that out if you haven't already. Let's move on to the next one, and that is Cedric Soares. Now, Cedric Soares is said to want to stay at Arsenal. I bet he does. I bet he does. He ain't going to get a club as big as Arsenal, with without any disrespect to him. He's not going to move to a bigger club than us. Now, we know that he's a free signing in the summer window. He's on loan to us. He's not played a single minute because guess what? Banter Club Arsenal decided to sign him while he was injured. He obviously is willing to stay at us. I get why he wants to stay at us. We're a huge football club. Now, he said, being at Arsenal was such a positive experience for me. The players have treated me very well, and everyone has been cool. I'm still getting to know Arteta, but he's already shown me so many qualities, and he is a complete coach. This is a previous statement that he put out there. He is concerned with all areas of football, both psychological and tactical. I liked Arsenal from a very early age because I followed the Premier League as a boy, and I always supported them during that time when they won practically everything. I've always known they're a huge club, but it is only now that I have seen them from the inside that I have a real idea of how big they are. Now, listen, the one thing I will say here is he says all the right stuff, doesn't he? He's coming out with all the right things. This was a while ago. He said that he wants to stay at Arsenal and he wants to kick on. Now, listen, if you're going to give me him or Bellerin, I'm taking him. Some of you might get salty and go, "Oh yeah, but you're just bitter and you're just got an agenda against Bellerin." Yeah, I have. He ain't a footballer. He's a fashion model. This geezer, although I don't think he's that great, he can cross the ball and he can defend. So instantly, you're better than the right back we have. So maybe we should keep him. Maybe we should sign him up on a free sign-in. Maybe we should get rid of the other right back that's actually a fashion model and then go and put that money into buying another right back. But listen, leave that in the comment section. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. I know a lot of you don't particularly like or rate Bellerin. Some of you do. So it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag. It's going to be cool reading your comments out. But let's move on to Dani Ceballos. That's not a great picture of Dani Ceballos, is it? Jesus Christ. But Dani Ceballos, let me see if I've got another one. No, I haven't. Let me find one. Dani Ceballos is said to want to be going back to Real Madrid this summer. And he's had a conversation with Zidane. That was when he was injured and he was doing his rehab back home. So he's had a conversation with him. I'm going to get the direct quote up in a second for you. while I just find a picture of Dani Ceballos that is going to be a nice little overlay. I don't know why, but I think this is the only one that works. I think I actually got this one on here somewhere, unless I deleted it. Yeah, I must have deleted it, but there we go. Anyway, listen, it's high-tech stuff right now. Listen, this is the height of professionalism you're watching right now. So make sure you subscribe, because we do this every day. But listen, Dani Ceballos, there we go. We got there in the end. Dani Ceballos has had a conversation with Zinedine Zidane when he was injured and he was doing his rehab back home in Madrid. He said, "I see Zidane at Valdebebas a few months ago when I was recovering from my injury, and he told me that he'd watched my games at Arsenal. I have a good relationship with Zidane, and he's always told me that we are similar players in the sense that I need to play very often in order to be in good condition." He then went on to say, "He always told me my future is in Real Madrid and I need to be patient because I will likely have the chance." Arsenal have obviously been out there preparing for life after Ceballos. And listen, at the end of the day, Dani Ceballos for me has come in, and I don't think he's been that great. I mean, I don't know whether I'm just in a tiny minority of people. I don't think he's been that great. You know, listen, he ain't going to walk into Real Madrid's team anytime soon. And they're going to have to overhaul some of that squad as well, by the way. There's no way in a million years Dani Ceballos is good enough to play for Real Madrid week in, week out if they want to go on and win titles. That's just my opinion on it. I think that he's a technically very good footballer, but you'd expect that coming from Madrid. They're all technically gifted. He can chip in with the odd goal here and there. He can pass the ball. He can spray it around everywhere. But for me, it's few and far between. And he was 10 out of 10 against Burnley. He was absolutely superb that day. But we were at home. Burnley was sitting back trying to park the bus. So he was going to look good that day. Other games against Tottenham, he looked great when he came on in the second half. We got back into the game when he came on. Guendouzi had a little bit more license to roam around, and he set up Aubameyang, and then we went on from there. Watford away, he was superb, and then Unai Emery, for some reason, subbed him off at half-time. I don't quite get that. We were 2-0 up in that game. That was when Granit Xhaka came out and said we were scared. What were we scared of? Another one that can leave. But other than them three little fleeting performances, I've not seen anything to sit there and warrant a £30 million price tag. I haven't seen anything to make me go, oh, yes, we need to sign this guy up. There's no way we can allow him to walk out and go back to Real Madrid. We need to do everything in our powers to get. I've not seen that. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I definitely haven't seen that. And I think for the amount of money that they want for him, there's other players out there that could be there or thereabouts the same money and impact the team more. Not only that, it's quite clear he doesn't want to be at Arsenal. He wants to play for Real Madrid. So why should we sign a player that wants to be somewhere else? I want players that want to play for that and want to be at the football club. So listen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about Dani Ceballos, about Pablo Mari, and about Cedric Suarez. Out of all three of them, leave it down below and let me know how many you would take. Obviously, Mari and Suarez are both on loan, and so is Ceballos. Ceballos is going to cost a fortune. Mari's 10 million. Suarez is free. For me, out of all of them, I'd take Suarez. That'd be probably the only one. But at the same time, I don't know, £10 million for Mari. That could be a decent deal later down the road. We don't know at the moment. We ain't seen enough of him. But I'd love to know your thoughts and comments. Leave them down below. Don't forget, head over to the gaming channel right now. Link in the description. Hit a subscribe on that. Come and play against me on FIFA. And yeah, we should have some fun for a few hours on that, man. Don't forget, I will be back at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And I'll be back at 10:30 tomorrow as well with the Premier League transfer update as well. So I'm a busy bee. All have a wonderful evening. I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.